Hey folks, my guest today is Ivan Ariza. He's building Cargamos.com, delivery stations for any brand. He's an entrepreneur. He's had an exit under his belt and again, now focused on Cargamos. Ivan, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So what does Cargamos do? Tell me about a customer who's paying you.
in Cargamos, we are trying to bring any brand to the new cloud logistics. So we empower these brands by creating a lot of creating a big network with micro fulfillment centers and enable all these locations for that guys.
hmm And so are these real estate investors buying these micro, like these facilities? You're empowering them to help them run them as a micro, like warehouse?
Actually, we are trying to repurpose that unused space right now. So we take unused space and we repurpose to converting this space, turning into the micro fulfillment stations.
You're doing that personally as a company.
Yeah, our company it takes both. We take an approach in infrastructure, so we handle the infrastructure as well and the software in a business
Are
as
you
software as a
buying?
service.
Are you buying
No,
the real estate?
no, we don't buy. We leasing the real estate, but actually we make an approach like we work with their buildings with the landlord. So our approach is when we increase the package that leave the station, we're gonna pay to the landlord. So we don't know pay any leasing or we don't buy the stations. We only take the space and repurpose it.
I understand. Tell me about price. What do customers pay you on average to use your technology?
Look, in Mexico, you usually need to pay $6 to deliver a package from Mexico City to Mexico City. Our proposal is to decrease the price by a big magnitude. So right now, our customers are paying more or less one and a half dollar per delivery. So the locations more closer to the end customer help us to deliver this mission.
But who's paying you? These are companies paying big contracts, right? Or is it individual consumers paying a dollar?
Today, there are high volume e-commerce brands that they send us the package, and we help that big brands to deliver the package. Our first strategy is approach the big brands.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking. What does a big brand pay you on average per month to use the technology and do these deliveries?
Look, right now we are working with the number five, three, four, five, the biggest e-commerce right now in Mexico. So right now we are delivering for that guys thousands of orders. So they pay package that we deliver more or less one and a half $1. So right now our figures are close to $1 million per month.
Got it. So all in, you're making $1 million per month right now.
Yeah, close to do that. Yeah.
I see. Can you break 1 million per month by the end of December?
Yes, we are trying to break that number, and we are hoping to do in December $1.2 million per month.
And Ivan, if you're doing 1 million right now, what were you doing exactly a year ago? Do you remember?
A year ago, we were selling more or less 20% of our current revenue right now.
Okay, so call it $200,000 per month.
Yeah.
Now, is this your revenue or is this total volume and then you take a small cut of the million?
We take a good cost for, I mean, our sales, it's $1 million. We take and we sold the deliveries and all the operation that we are handling right now, but we take everything, but it's not our profit. It's just net revenue.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is if you're doing $1 million per month, that's your top line revenue. Do you have any big costs or is it you have SaaS margins of 83, 84, 85%?
No, our margins right now are close to 28%. So that's our revenue right now.
What are your biggest costs there?
Uh, the labor, the stations, and that's it. That's the most biggest one.
Well, sorry, what's your I mean, your labor and headcount, that would be bottom line. But when you look at gross revenue, right? So not net revenue, but gross revenue, is your gross revenue like 20%, your gross margin 20%?
No, yeah, it's our gross margin is 28%. Yeah.
Okay, so you're processing $1 million of volume, of which your gross revenue, your top line revenue is something like $280,000 per month. And then after you pay all your employees and stuff, then you maybe have profits at the end.
Okay. We are not making profit right now. We need to pay engineers and a lot of people, but right now we are not making money.
Ivan, sorry, you're Let me try and rephrase this. The $1 million you're doing per month, is that volume of like the value of the packages flowing through your system, or is that your revenue? Is that Cargamos's revenue?
It's the Cargamos revenue, money.
Okay, got it. So when did you? So you're at a 12 million run rate today, but why are margins only 28%? Most software margins are 85%.
Okay, I'm not sure if I understand, but the company, what we are doing right now is we take package and we deliver package. For each packet that we take and deliver, we ask for every package and $1-2 per package. All the package that we are delivering right now, the whole package right now, and all the other components in the company that are doing logistics, we are asking to our clients, and they are paying us right now $1 million. If we break in our unit economic that number, we're gonna see that our numbers, it's more or less in the gross margin, we are taking 28%.
Why is that so low though? That's my question. What most software companies, their cost of goods sold is under 20%. So their gross margin is 80%. You're saying you have 80% cost basis on that million in revenue you're doing. I'm trying to figure out what those extra costs are that most software companies don't have.
Okay. I got it. We are not a completely software as a service company. We are not just a software as a service. We are paying the leasings. We are paying the labor in the middle. We are paying service partners. So we are more similar, like maybe a store in the US or maybe DHL. So we are not completely a software as a service company. We are both. We are infrastructure and software as well.
I see. So that helps. So last month, how much total did you pay for your leases?
The leases is not the big component. The big component is the labor in between. I mean, we pay any courier once he makes a delivery. We pay service partner as well. We pay a total bill that has the location and the labor as well for the autonomous drivers.
So Ivan, how much did you pay couriers last month?
Last month we paid maybe 60% of that number.
So $600,000.
Yeah.
I see. That's your biggest cost.
Yeah, that's our biggest cost.
Got it. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, great. So when did you launch the business? When did you write the first line of code?
November 19, 2019. November
2019. And have you bootstrapped the business, or did you decide to raise?
We bootstrapped the business at the beginning months, and then we raised some money. So until now, we are raising close to $13 million.
When was the last round?
3 months ago.
And you raised 13 million in one round?
It was our seed round. Yeah.
So you raised $13 million in your seed round, and that was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Did you do a pre-seed round or no?
No, the pre-seed round was the money that all the founders and close friends put in the company.
How many co-founders?
We have both, and we are joining a fourth that is not disclosed. We cannot disclose the name right now. We are bringing a big name in logistics to the company, but we are three guys right now working really hard in this.
Okay, so the three of you got going in 2019. You did a pre-seed round back then of 1.3 million, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then after that in 2020, you did another part of the seed round for 2 million, correct?
Correct.
And then in total in 2021, you raised 2 million in early 2021 and 7 million just recently, right?
Right.
Got it. So what I'm trying to understand is what makes this so expensive? Why do you need so much money to build this business?
Look, across Latin America, if you think about big locations, for example, fulfillment centers. If you look at Amazon, for example, you're going to find that a single location could cost even more than $100 million. So right now in Latin America, we don't have these locations in place. We need to create some big locations, some automatization, and put a lot of effort creating the buildings, the locations that we need to enable this infrastructure to the last mile. So it's quite expensive in the infrastructure side. In the software side, it's quite similar to other companies, but we need to raise money because we need to implement that capability to the market.
That makes sense. And the 7 million that you just raised a couple months ago, Ivan, what valuation did you raise that on?
The valuation, we don't have valuation right now. We are close to Series A, so we only raise money through convertible notes, but the amount is not on disclosing right now.
Okay, most people in their seed round, if they're raising on a note, there's a cap on the note. Did you have a cap?
Yeah, we have a cap, but we don't disclose that amount at this time.
Most folks, when they're raising that seed round, though, they're selling about 20% of the business, right, at the cap, right? So, I mean, Were you sort of in that standard range?
Yeah, we are quite in the standard of the range.
Got it. So that would have then put you at around a 30 million cap on that 7 million note.
Yeah, more or less. We are quite higher than that, but yeah.
Well, now you're raising a Series A at higher than that, right?
Yeah.
Why are you raising a Series A now? What do you need the capital for? More leases, more logistics?
Yes, we are starting a stage where we need to put out more money. We want to connect a lot of drivers, couriers, trucks, locations across the industry. So we need to put a lot of money in software, new locations to connect all these points that right now are disconnected. So yeah, we want to connect the last mile that is actually really, really fragmented industry right now.
So you're raising a Series A or looking at it. How much will you target to raise?
Right now, we are targeting to raise more than $20-30 million.
Okay, so somewhere between 25 and $30 million. Who's your biggest competitor in Mexico?
In Mexico, we are seeing maybe DHL, FedEx, Estafeta, all the guys that are doing domestic deliveries.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And tell me more about team size today. How many folks total?
Our team size today is more than 100 people. 105 people, and if we look at the autonomous driver, we are talking about more than 10,000 drivers in our network right now.
And Ivan, how many engineers?
The engineers, it's more or less half of the company right now.
And the 10K drivers that you just mentioned, are they all full-time on your payroll, or are they contractual as you have orders that you need delivered?
It's like the model is really similar to Uber. So we bring people and they decide when to work, or when they want to work or not.
But last month you had 10,000 drivers deliver at least one package.
That's not the active base. The active base is more or less 30 to 40% of the base. That's the amount of drivers that we are.
So you had 4,000 drivers last month deliver at least one package.
Yeah.
Okay. And you paid them, and you paid them about $600,000. You told me earlier. So the average driver is making about $150 a month.
No. Okay. It's not only drivers. When we talk about service partners, is the whole equation. The equation include micro fulfillment stations, include the people that are making sorting, routing, all that happen in a micro fulfillment station.
So how many delivery drivers delivered at least one package last month?
More or less 30 drivers, 3,000 drivers.
3,000 drivers. Okay, so you told me earlier that $600,000 of your expenses last month go to the drivers, those 3,000 drivers, right?
Yeah,
So if we divide those, the average driver is making about $200 a month through your platform. Is that accurate?
$200 about. Yeah, could be. Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, 3,000 drivers times 200 each is 600,000 in total expenses. But point being, that's not their full-time salary because they're only working with you part-time. Other times they'll go deliver for other people. Is that right?
Yeah,
I
exactly. They
see.
work for another companies. They work for Uber, Rappies. That's the force that we have right now. It's the people that work for a lot of
I see.
platforms.
And so in October, how many? It sounds like you delivered about 800,000 individual packages. Is that right?
Um, how many?
About 800,000.
800,000. 800,000. Yeah, more or less.
Because you charge $1 to $1.50 and you're doing $1 million a month.
We have another components in the equation. We just don't deliver package. We handle as well fulfillment, and we handle as well other e-commerce operations. So yeah, in the mix, we are delivering less than 100,000 orders right now per month.
Okay, less than 100. You're personally delivering less than 100,000, but you make money through packages, not just delivering them. You do other things as well, management in the warehouse, things like that.
Yeah,
I see. How many unique brands are you working with? E-commerce brands?
right now it's more or less 20 brands working with
Okay,
us.
20 brands. 20 brands, $1 million a month in revenue. Obviously, folks can sort of calculate that each brand is putting, call it $50,000 through you guys. So enterprise motion here. What's the next thing? And what's the next product line you guys are launching?
The next product that we're gonna launch is a complete suite for fulfillment. We want to move the fulfillment to the next stage. So we want to bring the package and all the merchandising, all the inventory from our mentions, and we want to put in the last mile. When we talk about last mile, I want to bring that inventory to the next 5 miles from you. So that's our next move. So once we have all the data integrated that we are delivering through our network and all that things, our next move is going to put the micro fulfillment to micro fulfillment around the cities.
Very cool. Ivan, we're rooting for you, man. Thanks for coming on. In the meantime, though, let's wrap up with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
My favorite business book, Blue Ocean Strategy. Maybe it was the first time that I approached to a strategy. And
number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Elon Musk.
Number three, what's your favorite online tool for building Cargamos?
Slack.
Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Last night, 2 hours.
Two?
My daughter just came to this world. So last night I just take 2 hours and I have already 3 other daughters. So right now we have 4 daughters that are consuming quite time in the night for me. But no, it's just this week.
What's the average?
The average is about 5-6 hours.
Okay, 6 hours. You're married with 4 kids, and Ivan, how old are you?
41.
Last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
Starting this business early.
Guys, there you have it. Cargamos on a tear launched in 2019. They did a 1.3 million pre-seed round and then did another 2 million on that round in 2020 as they scaled to 200,000 a month in revenue. Now doing $1 million a month in revenue, but they pay 600,000 of that million out to their delivery drivers. They're tackling last mile delivery in Mexico for 20 very large e-commerce brands, delivering hundreds of thousands of packages per month and also managing fulfillment. Now looking at raising a larger round. They closed a 7 million seed earlier this year, sold about 15 to 20% of the business, 105 on the team as they look to continue to scale. Ivan, thanks for taking me to the top.
Thank you, Nathan.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue,
ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.